For that, let's get some further analysis with Professor Simon Jackman. He's a political scientist at the University of Sydney. He joins us from Brisbane today. Professor Jackman, as Annalise rightly pointed out, Trump, the no-show and the first two debates, my colleague Cam Redden and I were chatting before, and looking at that debate, it was like watching the second 11 play.
Love the analogy, Kieran. Well done to you and Cam on that one. And you're right. Okay, now Donald Trump is behaving exactly, frankly, I think, as he should. There's no upside at all for Donald Trump to be on that stage at the moment, given if he shows up, he's only going to get hammered by the second 11, who are all desperate to take him down. If you're 40 points ahead in the polls, convention says you'd still show up and cement your position as the putative frontrunner. Donald Trump isn't conventional, and nor are the circumstances in which he's running. By staying away, he doesn't have to answer any questions about his legal woes that literally almost daily we're hearing more about. So why would Donald Trump show up when he gets a much friendlier audience from, it was a pre-record with Tucker Carlson? And moreover, he is there, as Annalise, and it was a really great insight by Annalise, talking to auto workers in Michigan. They are such an important constituency if Trump has got any hope of getting back into the White House. Michigan, one of the quintessential swing states, he won it by a hair's breadth in 2016. He lost it in 2020 by a hair's breadth. It's ground zero if he's got any hope of getting back. And go there, and that's exactly what he did, and let the squabbling, right? It's a very unedifying spectacle that the other candidates had to engage in the absence of Trump, desperately trying to take him down a peg or two.
And if you needed any confirmation that it's already Trump v. Biden, you get it with that Michigan speech coming a day after the president himself was there.
They both know what's at stake, Kieran. It is one of the three must-win states. It's Michigan, Pennsylvania. I'd throw, you'd look at a state like Ohio potentially. You'd look at a state like Michigan. You'd look at Wisconsin. But boy, oh boy, states probably 1 and 2 on anybody's list to thread the needle on the road back to the White House is Michigan. And again, why would Trump, given the choice between making some hay there and again, quintessentially Trump, moving the debate with him, taking the agenda where he wants it to be, and leaving the second 11, love that analogy, to squabble among themselves down on the number B oval, to have a rankling among themselves in an extremely unedifying way. The other insight, Kieran, I'd make is that when they attacked Trump, only Christie was able to mention the I word, indictments. Everybody else, DeSantis opens up by talking about a lack of fiscal rectitude, leaving us huge deficits, and he needs to come and answer for that. No one's talking that in the context of the Republican primary, you can't really it's just a testament to how dominant Trump is. The thing that is in some states, there's talk about disqualifying from office because of his connection to the events of January 6th. The Republican contenders can't go there. They dance around it in the most ginger terms, most gentle terms. Again, a testament to how Trump, despite his woes, there are these things you can't even talk about, things that in the general election context, I think are going to be formidable barriers to him getting reelected. The Republican contenders desperate to take him down a notch or two can't go there. Just again, as I said, testament to, I think, how Trump is just dominating the field, his situation notwithstanding.
And at the same time as this unfolds in California, in New York, a judge finds the former president liable on fraud charges. It's almost a full-time job trying to keep up with the various legal machinations happening on Trump as well right now.
And we're here to help on that front, Kieran. Absolutely. I hear you on that one. And I was astonished, right? I connected a few dots there. Again, there's no way, why would you go anywhere near a debate stage with that being the news of the day, number one? And number two, I also just point out, perhaps a little unfairly, that Donald Trump Jr. cancelled yet another scheduled appearance to Australia at very short notice. He and his brother Eric are also now putatively are on a sharp pathway, it would seem, to being disqualified to run a business in the state of New York on the back of that rather explosive finding by the judge yesterday. And what that portends for the next shoe to drop in those New York cases about financial fraud, quite independently, right, of the matters around January 6th, of the Mar-a-Lago documents, the Virginia election fraud. There's 4 or 5 matters, and then this other one really hitting Donald Trump, I think, where it hurts. And potentially he's going to divest himself of some of his New York-centered, New York-based business interests. And again, why would you go near a debate microphone when A, you're 40 points in front, they're only going to try and hit you with that stuff, and number 2, go get a friendly audience in front of some Michigan auto workers, or a pre-record for an internet outlet with Tucker Carlson. It's not a hard choice for Donald Trump when you're facing those sort of circumstances.